Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. How you doing? Thanks for joining me again. I always appreciate it. Yeah, what a wildly exciting fight between Emilio Sanchez and Mauricio Lara. Just a wild 3-round slugfest. If there's a guy who defines, in modern boxing today, who defines the phrase, kill or be killed, it's got to be Mauricio Lara, because this guy's crazy. I mean, he improved his record to 23 wins. Was it 23 or 24? 24 wins, 2 defeats, and 1 draw. With a third round knockout over Emilio Sanchez. Sanchez himself came in at 19 wins, 1 defeat. The defeat was by stoppage. He knocked out in the second round, I think, about 4 years ago. And he'd come back against lower level opposition. And he made the mistake of swapping punches, standing and having a good old dust up with Lara, who has so many vulnerabilities and yet such heavy hands that he's always going to be fun to watch. And interestingly, Lara, the 2 defeats on his record, one of them was a first round knockout back in 2018, I think. No, was it before then? No, I think it was 2018. It was a 1-round knockout inside a minute from body punches. Hold that thought, because we'll come back to that later. Okay, the fight starts, and immediately, like I say, Sanchez wants to have a row with Lara. Bad mistake, because every time Lara hits him, and Lara is throwing some serious bombs, some real roundhouse punches, he shakes Sanchez to his boots. But Sanchez himself, not intimidated. He did have that look of, oh my God, what am I in here with? But he didn't seem intimidated. He was firing back. It's just that when he landed on Lara, there was no effect. And when Lara landed on him, he was shaken to his boots. He sort of shuddered. And sure enough, towards the end of the first round, they exchanged punches. Lara lands a big right hand, and over goes Sanchez. Now, Sanchez's the obvious reason for his downfall is, apart from his tactics, were that he was not moving his upper body or his head at all. He was covering up with his gloves, but not moving. There was no feinting, none of that nonsense. No, we don't want that. We're here to have a phone booth war, or just to have a knockdown, drag him out fight. And he got put over. He gets up, survives the round. In the second round, he does some pretty good work. But again, Lara is the one who's throwing these enormous knockout punches, everything. It's almost like he feels every punch has to be a knockout punch. There's no feeling out, nothing. I can only say, by the way, with regard to Lara facing Warrington on that second occasion when it was ruled a no contest in the second round, Josh Warrington got out of jail. Because if that fight had continued, and there were ominous signs in that first round, I think Lara would have chinned Warrington for a second time. But anyway, we'll never know, obviously. But just the heavy-handedness and the cavalier attitude of Lara is a sight to behold. But towards the end of the second round, it may have been the last 10, 15 seconds, Sanchez he made a statement. He said, "I'm not going anywhere. I'm still here, mate." And he landed a couple of uppercuts when Lara was on the ropes, and he really put the heat on Lara. And again, he didn't really shake him at all. The head punches were landing, but he made a statement. Sanchez said, "I'm not going anywhere. You can have all the power you like. I'm not rolling over. Here I am." Third round, suddenly there's a turn in the tide, because Lara comes out and he looks. I mean, he's still trying to throw those big bombs, but it's almost like he's gassed, and it's only the third round. And Sanchez has the wherewithal to start landing body punches. Now, let's get back to Lara's first defeat. That inside a minute defeat through body punches back in 2018. That's his vulnerability, punches to the body. Clearly, because Sanchez was landing punches to the body, and Lara didn't like it one bit, and he was sagging and flailing and grabbing and holding. And towards the end of the round, I suppose certainly the last minute of the third round, he fell to the floor in the corner. He even beckoned to the referee to say, go on, help me up. And the referee was like, no, you get up. It's kind of funny. So he gets up. There's, I don't know, 25 seconds ago, 20 seconds maybe. And Sanchez knows he's got him where he wants him. And this looks like upset city, you know what I mean? Sanchez is coming after him. But, again, the power told, because Lara lands a must have been a right hand. Most of those hooks were, those punches weren't hooks. They were right hands, I think. He was throwing with both hands. It was full on, a full on assault. I think it was a right hand that stunned Sanchez. And this is with about 15 seconds of the round to go, third round, of course. Sanchez goes back, ends up in a corner and is shaken. His legs aren't under him. And Lara pours on a barrage of punches and knocks Sanchez spark out right on the bell. Sanchez hits the floor and the referee actually, I think he waved it off virtually the same second as the bell went. And Sanchez was out. He recovered, thankfully, very, very quickly. But Lara kind of got out of jail because those body punches hurt him. And Sanchez was only another couple of serious digs to the solar plexus away from scoring the upset. But yeah, Lara, he had that coming out party against Warrington. And he's only 24. He's got a bright future ahead of him in terms of entertainment and in terms of getting TV dates and probably getting opportunities for world titles, but he's got to shore up that defence. He's got to at least try and pace himself. It's just, I don't know what to say, his other defeat was his first ever fight, when he lost a split decision, a 4-round decision. I think I said that the 1-round knockout was his first defeat. It wasn't. That was his second defeat. But I don't know. He's fantastic to watch, but a long-term career, I don't know. I don't know. He's fun to watch, though, isn't he? As for Sanchez, he showed some skills. He showed a lot of grit. He can be brought back, I suppose. I think he's 27, so he's not ancient, but that was a bad knockout. He was knocked spark out. But all credit to both these guys. They put on a fantastic show. This was the chief support to the Chocolatito Martinez fight, which I'll deal with later. But if you haven't seen this fight, dig it out. It's great, great fun. And yeah, what do you think? Did you see it? Leave your comments below. Thanks again for supporting this channel. We're nearly at 300 subscribers, so let's get another. I think it's another 5 we need. Come on, spread the word about Joe Stunner Boxing. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. Go on, you know you want to. See you later. Take care of yourselves.